Hi, my name is Denise Dinkens. I am an academic coordinator for the Upward Bound program. I graduated from Jarvis Christian College at the time in 1992.
So you ain't gonna tell me you graduated magna cum laude and you was on the dance team and you was.
I didn't think you read that part.
Oh, you didn't think we read that
Go
part?
ahead and
Okay.
introduce yourself.
All right. To go turn it into a whole fight. All right, Sedaric Dinkens. I am the director of religious life, the chaplain, the college pastor. I am assistant professor of religion and the church relations coordinator. I too graduated in 1992 from Jarvis Christian College.
So I didn't know anything about Jarvis Christian College. Actually, I didn't even have a school that had accepted me at the time. But my assistant principal, Mr. Tolliver, he said, "Are you in school? Do you have been accepted?" I said, "No." He said, "Good, because you're going to Jarvis." I said, "Okay." I was just excited to go to a college. So I got all the information. We got here. Back then, we didn't have all the things where you could search to find out where you're going. I got here and I was like, this is the woods. This is this country. Oh, where am I going? So it was a culture shock because I am a city girl from Houston, Texas, H-Town. And so it was definitely a change. But what I found very interesting, it was not a change in how I love having a small family and uniting with people. So I found family right away. Was a part of many organizations, Students Ministers Association, became a Delta in my sophomore year. I was in the choir, I was on the dance team, and I worked in the cafeteria. So I found love and family everywhere, and all of the staff really embraced us. And so I did not feel too bad being here at Jarvis. For my duration, I enjoyed being here, and I met this young man right here.
January 26, 1989.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So let me tell you how I got to Jarvis. So I've been preaching since I was 10 years old, and I really didn't have college aspirations. In fact, let me just be real clear. The one of the reasons I thank God for Jarvis is because I didn't think I could go nowhere else. I'm just gonna be real honest. When I graduated, people always make the joke and say they graduated, thank you Lord, and I really did. So here's what happened. I was going to go to the Marines. That was my aspiration. My dad was a Marine. My dad also spent time in the Air Force. So I just thought the thing you're supposed to do is go to the military. I took the test, did all this kind of stuff, and I never forget the day that the Marine recruiter came to the house, sat down with my mom and I, and said, "Hey man, I got bad news for you." Said, "Listen, because he's blind in one eye, that we can't take him. They won't let me go into the Marines." So now this is the beginning of January. Preached all around this place. I didn't preach in Big Sandy. Never knew Jarvis was here. They told us, said, "Come over to Jarvis." We came here. I never will forget it. When I pulled up, you talk about how you thought it was the woods. I'm from the country. But when I came down here, I said, this ain't just the country, this is country. And I never forget it, man. I drove past that white picket sign. I won't tell y'all, listen, I will not tell y'all exactly what I said. It was something like, y'all got it. And so the bottom line was, man, we came down here, I met Linda Rutherford. I never forget it. She was in admissions office. And that day, Linda Rutherford loved on us, showed us around the campus. She said, sign up. We did. That was like the second week in July. Like the second week of August, I moved into Washington Hall over here. I ended up staying here. I met this lady January 26, 1989. We'll tell that story later because y'all ain't ready for that level of macking. But the bottom line was, man, I'm telling you, it was a wonderful journey through Jarvis Christian College.
So I guess you started this.
So I'm gonna tell it. Don't worry about it. So let me tell you what happened. So here's the truth, and I'm gonna tell. Since we on camera, I'm gonna tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God, because the Lord is looking, and this will be in the chronicle and the annals of history. So I don't want this to be messed up. So let me tell you what actually happened. The first time I came to Jarvis, and we were moving in, Denise was moving into Fuller Hall over here, and I saw her from a distance. Now I'm gonna be real honest with you. What I said was, who that is? Because I was like you could see her. Have you ever seen a woman so fine that even from a distance, you like, I don't know how many times God put his hands on her, but he did. And you're grateful for it. So when I saw her, I said, I want to meet that girl. Problem is, I was shy back then. Extremely shy. And I know that those who will see this going to be like, come on, Dinkens, you're lying. No, I'm not. I was extremely shy. So what I did is I signed up for this class called algebra. When I signed up for algebra, I'm not a math wizard, but the reality is she is. So let me tell you what I did. I'm gonna give you some tips, fellas. Those who see this, listen to me. So I needed a tutor. Not that I really needed one, but I needed a tutor. Dr. McKinney did me a favor. I was sitting at the back of class. Why was I sitting at the back of class? So that I could watch her, and at the same time look at Dr. McKinney. And all of a sudden, Dr. McKinney said, if you need help with algebra, Denise will help you. I threw my hand up. And so we ended up hanging out at the dorm. I never forget the day she busted me, because she was like, you really do know how to do this, don't you? I said, no. She said, yes, you do. So later, what happened is we never really talked, because it was like 75 guys around here trying to talk to her. It was like everybody was trying to talk to Denise. And then one day I was in the gym. I know it don't look like I used to work out, but I did. And I was in there and I was doing the lap machine and I was working out. She walked in with all these other guys in the gym and said, hey, would you help me work out? Now, let me be honest with you, bro. I know she was talking about weights and, you know, cardio and all that stuff. That ain't what went through my mind. I was thinking, oh, she want to talk to me. So we started talking. We left the gym that night. She gonna tell a whole different version of this, but this is the truth. We left the gym that night and walked across the campus. I never forget, I held her hand while we walked across the campus. I said, I knew she wanted to talk to me. Then we went to the store that night, got my homeboy, I know this is a long story, y'all. Went to the store that night in my homeboy Herbert Smith Chevette. Went up there to the Quick Stop. We literally bought some Skittles and some Sprees and some burritos and stuff like that. Came back to the campus. And then,
Snickers.
Oh yeah, I had a Snicker too. You sure is right. And then we went back over there, and there was some trees back over here by Washington Hall. And we stood in there, and I don't know what the Lord did that night, but we were standing there, and it was like the moon was shining up on her face, and it was hitting her eyes. And I just got bold all of a sudden, and I kissed her. And she kissed me back, and I said, I knew she wanted to talk to me. And we've been chilling ever since then. And you know, it's been a wonderful journey. I'll say one more thing, man, because you can add to this if you just really want to. But I'll tell you what I did. I wanted this girl so bad. I used to work in the religion building. That's the building. They call it the social work building now. But the religion building, upstairs on the second floor, there's a little place to sit on the staircase right there on the thing. And her dorm was right over here. I knew her schedule. So I literally used to sit there when I knew she was supposed to come out the door and watch. She had this brown skirt that she used to wear, and thank the Lord for that brown skirt, because she was big legged and it had that high. This ain't supposed to be on camera. Had the little high booty, and she be walking, and I'm just telling the truth. She had that little high booty, and she be walking. That skirt be bouncing a little bit, and I be like, "Thank you, Lord Jesus. God is good to me." So, man, I'm grateful to God. We finally started. She finally said yes, November 17, 1989. And then we got engaged here in the chapel in February of 91. February 91. So, man, I'm grateful. Did I miss something?
No.
All right, cool. All right. That's it. That's how we got started.
So that's his version.
Is that not what happened?
The details are in
Okay,
that
thank
direction, but y'all can hear the exaggeration. I hope you can understand that. But I'm gonna let him keep his story, because it is true. We did meet in the gym. I did ask him to help, and we did go to the store and all that and kids. But what he don't know is, prior to that, here's what had happened. I dated one guy here in Jarvis. Broke my heart. I told God, I don't want to meet another guy that's not my husband. So it was the prayer that I think brought us together. So all the other steps was just part of God's plan. So I accept that. And so we have been married now 30 years. We got married a year after we graduated from Jarvis in 92, June 5th, 1993. And so we just marked 30 years.
And is the Lord love you so much that he sent me to you? That's what you're saying.
I pray.
That's what you're
yes.
gonna say. All right, that's what I
That's
thought.
it.
All right,
Okay.
we good. Love it. Hey,
Words.
world, y'all. All right, I'm through with it. I'm through with it.
So my journey after Jarvis, I started out, I thought I was going to go ahead and get my master's degree right away. And it was very challenging. Had a lot of emotional things that happened to me. I won't go into a lot of details, but I didn't finish at the time. But my husband, he was still in school, and he went and got his master's degree, and I'll let him tell more of his journey. But I waited later, about 15 years later, and got my master's degree. And I'm so grateful that I went back to school. But it reminded me of how Jarvis gave me a great foundation that I can go out and do more to educate myself and to reach for my dreams and goals. Beyond that, I am now doing I'm getting my doctorate degree, PhD. And so I just know that I wouldn't be going further if I hadn't started at Jarvis. And so I'm so grateful that I got my start there. I've had other jobs that, I used my degree in. A lot of people I hear say, well, I got a degree and I can't use it. Well, I use mine and I continue to use it. My bachelor's degree, my master's degree, and then now my doctorate. So it's all about where you're planning to go and what you want to do. Because the education will take you further. It will grow you in many ways than you can imagine. So I am so grateful for Jarvis. And I'm so glad to even be back here to give back as an employee now. Never would have thought we'd be back here. And being here with my husband, it actually feels fun. It reminds me of a couple I'll never forget. And that was, what's their names again?
James and Gally Griffin.
James and Gally Griffin. That couple loved on us. Even took us in Dallas when we were trying to find our way. They supported us as a young couple in Dallas. So the family don't just happen here on campus. It happens off campus as well. So that's my journey to Jarvis.
So I graduated from Jarvis in May of 1992. That really irritated me because it was a guy that was here by the name of what was the keyboard teacher's name? No. It was dude up there. But anyway, he gave me, because he knew I could type 120 words a minute, and I just took the class because it was an easy A. Yeah, the typing teacher. Yeah, and because I was messing around in his class, he gave me a C. And so him and Dr. John F. Johnson. Dr. John F. Johnson gave me an F. I know what John F. Johnson said. He's going to say, no, young man, that was your doing. That wasn't mine. Yeah, but you failed yourself, young man. So it was a wonderful journey. I left here, she said, I went to SMU, Southern Methodist University, received my Master of Divinity. I managed to turn a 3-year program into a 7-year program because there was a whole lot going on. My mother died just as I was beginning seminary. My wife ended up with breast cancer while we were going through seminary. Just all this stuff happened, and if I got my timing wrong with that, just let it go and act like I'm right. And so the bottom line was, man, we had a wonderful journey. I started at SMU to receive a doctorate of ministry, didn't finish, got everything done except the dissertation. Let me tell you what I thank God for. I am grateful for Jarvis. And I mean this, it's kind of hard not to become emotional when you talk about it, man. If it were not for Jarvis, I never would have graduated from SMU with Master of Divinity. If it wasn't for Jarvis, I wouldn't have finished the program at SMU with a doctorate of ministry, even though I didn't receive it. I would not have received the doctorate of ministry that I have now from United Theological Seminary. But let me tell you why I believe we ought to all give back to Jarvis. Because, man, the foundation I received here. Do you know that when I left Jarvis, a little bit of JCC, when I left here, I went to SMU. Never forget it. I sat in class that first day. We were in theology. And they started talking about the ontological existential reality of God. I never forget it when they said it. I say it in my sermon sometime now just because I'm remembering. And I never forget it, y'all. All of the people who from the bigger schools were like, huh? What do you mean? But I had sat under Dr. John D. Mann, who served here faithfully at Jarvis for 20-some years, who was at Bishop College before this. And because I sat under Dr. John D. Mann, who made us read Paul Tillich and Friedrich Schleiermacher and Howard Thurman, and because we had to do all this stuff, y'all, I knew what that was. I I knew that because I sat in classes at Jarvis Christian College. And then y'all, not to mention the fact they didn't learn. I've heard people say, man, well, I didn't learn that at Jarvis. That ain't my testimony, man. That ain't my testimony. I literally became everything that I became. And I am becoming everything that I will become because of my time at Jarvis Christian College. And so I want to encourage everybody, man, if you're not a giver right now, you got a degree with Jarvis's name on it. So even if you don't feel like you had the best experience, let me tell you something. You are getting opportunities because of the name of Jarvis Christian University or Jarvis Christian College on that degree. And I think we owe it to those who came before us and those who will come after us to give back to this school.